You just, oh, oh, stop it. This was dumb.
Come join us out here.
I am going to cook some up, a dozen of them, with some tomatoes in there. And that way we can compare the cooked scrambled eggs to the freeze dryer and the cooking our own scrambled eggs that are raw in the freeze dryer. We always like our eggs to have a little bit of zing, so putting a can of these in there with the green chilies is actually just delicious. I love them. So we'll test them both ways. Now in the freeze dryer, I've heard that reconstituting cooked eggs changes the consistency of the eggs a little bit rubbery, I guess is what I've heard. And that's okay. I've had them before. They're not bad. The nice thing is they're already completely cooked. So you just reconstitute them and they're good to go. So this way we'll have both options. I can't say that I've ever had them, so if they turn out okay, then that's probably the route we'll go. If not, then we'll just do them raw. So I'm going to scramble these up for one tray, and then we're going to do 3 trays of just raw eggs with the tomatoes and green chilies in them and see how they turn out. So we have our, not quite too hot, our scrambled eggs with tomatoes going on. Oh, that smells good. That is our cooked eggs. I'm going to do something super risky and not very smart. I'm going to pour the other ones in the pan. I'm going to try one. I'll walk them out there. If it fails, it was the dog's fault. He got in front of me. Ready? Oh, that fit just fine. And again, these also are pre-seasoned. Other than the chili, I did add some salt and pepper. So that's warm. That's downright hot. Okay, there's one. I'll just leave this open so I can't drop it. Whoa. What the heck? This would be best poured after it was in the freezer.
Yep.
And there's the dog.
And see, I was working with just me.
Yeah.
So I had to open doors and freezers
So
and
now
set it down.
You just, oh, stop it. This was dumb. I feel like I'm playing a game of doctor or something. And that other one is too straight. I don't see what's so hard about that, fellas. That was awful. Okay, I admit it, that was truly awful.
Yeah. Okay, now what have we learned?
Well, after that last harrowing trip, and I will call it just that, getting to the freezer with a loaded pan and putting it down at an angle, I'm not doing that again. We'll take this and gently dump it into a pan already in the freezer. That was much safer.
Is that more better?
That was much more better. I won't do it the other way again. Thank you. I just, I'm one of those not that smart people that's going to learn by doing. I just don't learn because people tell me to.
Oh.
Just a dozen raw whipped up eggs that you can use for baking or anything else you might like.
With a little bit of pepper left, I see.
That's fine. Might have some spicy
Cookies.
Spicy cookies. Mmm. There we go. Okay. We'll wait for those to freeze up overnight and get them in the freeze dryer in the morning. And then we'll try a taste test tomorrow. Okay, so we freeze dried our eggs. These are raw eggs right there, completely raw. These are pre-cooked with the rotel onions and chilies. So we're going to rehydrate them now. On the raw eggs, it's pretty much a 1-to-1. So 1 tablespoon of eggs to 1 tablespoon of water will equate a half an egg. 2 and 2 makes an egg. With this, we don't quite know yet. So it's not as much. We know that. We tried this before. And if you do the 1-to-1, you end up with way more water than you need.
Right.
We have our raw scrambled eggs. They look like regular scrambled eggs, honestly.
Do notice that the pre-cooked ones are way more orange.
They are, aren't they?
Must be from the tomatoes.
It could be. It could be. The raw scrambled look like the most light and fluffy eggs you could possibly have. But let's try just the raw scrambled eggs. Those are awesome. Those are better than fresh scrambled eggs, I think. Those are just...
Yeah, that's a really great texture.
Yeah, it's really light
Ooh,
and fluffy.
Do it right, you could do cook them real nice and flat, fold them over ingredients.
Oh, you could, yeah. Yeah, those are pretty incredible. Yeah, no complaints about those at all.
No.
So now I've heard, before I even did this, that freeze-drying pre-cooked eggs is going to change the texture. Some people say they get kind of rubbery. Some say they get, just the texture changes. But depending on what you're doing it for, if it's to take out on a hunting trip, then maybe you don't care. I mean, I know I don't want to go hunting, but let's try those, see how they come out. Definitely changes it.
They're almost porous.
Yeah, it's more of a grainy texture, I guess.
Flavor is great.
Oh, the flavor's awesome. Yes, these have the rotel chilies and green chilies and tomatoes in them, and I salt and peppered them. The other thing that tends to go missing a little bit with freeze drying is salt. So I may recommend that you have a little salt with you in case, because it does kind of change it. But I think they're good. They're just nothing like the raw eggs at all.
No. So we have the raw egg with rotel also.
Mm-hmm.
So we just wanted to compare the cooked versus the...
And honestly, if you're out in the field and you have the ability to heat up water, then you have the ability to fry up eggs. So if I had a choice going forward, I would do the raw eggs versus the cooked eggs.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saving any time in the field, maybe dishes that I have to clean, but nothing else. So that's a route that I would go. Either one is good, but the raw eggs, and you can bake with them, you can do whatever you want with them, just don't have salt and pepper in them first. But it's the mixture that we have found is 2 tablespoons of powdered egg to 2 tablespoons of water, and that equals 1 egg. The water mixture for the pre-cooked eggs is completely different. If you go with that same mixture, I guess you're going to have an egg flavored drink to go with it, because it's mostly water. So Yeah, that is freeze drying eggs from Alaska Cut the Cord.
Love you, bye.